This is Samson. So Robert, introduce me to this group here. Who am I? What do I do here?
Mr. Samson is the lead designer on this bridge replacement project. He's one of the most accomplished engineers in the entire office. So when there is a project that has a level of complexity, guess who they come to? Mr. To, the voice of hotel. So put some respect to his name. He knows what he's doing.
Thank you. Okay, as you can see here, I'm a beginner impacting. All them big mark. See how it's working like this here? And that's small one. That's what we do. We talk, but we do as well. We begin to see the beginner. Okay? Okay, the sweat is the body. It's my country. So we're doing it to be able to help. Whatever we can do to help. It's not about the money. It's about what we can do to improve the lives of our brothers and sisters. This is instead of beginner, and they put it in the sidewalk. Yes, I'm going to tell you. They put it in the sidewalk, and I'm going to be the one to put it in the sidewalk if I ought to. So we're doing it to be able to help. Whatever we can do to help. It's not about the money. It's about what we can do to improve the lives of our brothers and sisters. This is the city of beginner. And they put it in the sidewalk. Yes, I'm going to tell you. They put it in the sidewalk. And I'm going to be the one to put it in the sidewalk if I ought to. So, thank you.
Good evening, folks. Samson to Library Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again for tuning to the Library Public Radio this evening. We say thank you very much. We appreciate all of you. Been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening, and I'm not too sure why is it that my business doing like that. Okay, that's better. I want to thank all of you for tuning to the Library Public Radio. Those of you that are tuning in, please. All we ask is that you share this video, share it to as many people as possible. We will do our best here again tonight. It's a wonderful day, Monday afternoon. Thank you very much for tuning in to us. We appreciate all of you. Please, please, let's continue to share this video to as many brothers and sisters that might want to join us so we can have the conversation what is happening in Liberia. Thank you, thank you. Safety, safety, Lord Jesus. We want to thank you again this evening. We thank you for everything that you have done and continue to do. We ask that we do get more from you. We ask that you extend our life, my Lord. We put ourselves at your mercy. Thank you for your blanket of mercy. Thank you for your blanket of opportunity. My Lord, thank you for everything. We sit here tonight again, my Lord, to say we thank you for things yet to come. We haven't seen it, but we know with you in the background, with you behind us, All the good things are coming. You have approved it. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you. My Lord, as we come before you again tonight to ask that the Republic of Liberia and the people of the Republic of Liberia be blessed. We place everybody in Liberia and the country in your hands. Thank you for that. We ask that the President of the Republic of Liberia, President Baka, be blessed. Touch his hand, whatever he touches, bless his hand. Whichever door he knocks, open the door, my Lord. We ask that you extend his life. Blessing, guide him. You brought President Baka. Stay with him, guide him, give him wisdom to do what is good for our people. We ask that the host country, the United States of America, be blessed. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, folks. Samson told Labra Radio. Thank you for tuning in tonight. It's a wonderful, wonderful Monday afternoon. We appreciate all of you. What is on my plate tonight? A lot on my plate, but I will be a little bit measured as we go through these things here because it's very important that we ourselves get to understand what this whole thing is about. Hmm? Because the issue, as I see it, the issue, as I see it, is very, very much deeper than just what we talk about. Hmm? Liberian and Liberia have gone through a lot. But I believe, I truly believe, my brothers and sisters, that we can come in the diaspora, go any part of the world, educate ourselves, be the best we can be until those, whether this president, last president, president before, next president, must do their best to create wealth, must do their best, whatever they can do, that Liberia has a middle class. You don't have to have a millionaire because I believe that the middle class is your foundation. So quite recently, I was listening to a program about China, Xi Jinping, the guy who on who leadership they had Tenement Square, the Tenement Square where they kill all the students. Xi Jinping, according to the story, he became a Politburo member on a Mao. So Mao, but he was very feisty, very young man, but very feisty. He wanted things to be done. Now, pretty much embracing the Western style capitalism, but he wanted certain things to be done. That those who are going to produce for the state, that those who are going to work for the state must have a little bit freedom. But many of the Chinese Bureau Party members did not believe that, according to the story. So they decided to ban him and his family from the Bureau, from the Chinese Bureau. And in fact, banishing, sent him out of the area, sent him way somewhere to do farming, and he was there. But what he didn't know, the 10 years was in the hard labor, whatever it was, what he didn't know that he was planning that whenever the opportunity comes around, what exactly he wanted to do. Look it up. Look it up. Xi Jinping. So he has some friends in the Bureau. You know, he used to be a member of them. So the friend, they knew who he was. He was in the army before. But he was always straight on exactly what he wants to do. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. So his friend convened Mao to bring him back. And they brought him back. It didn't take long, Mao died. Power struggle began. And people who believe in him, they decided we're going to make Xi Jinping the next leader. And they made him a leader. If you know China history, those days, in the late 60s, early 70s, China were drinking. The Chinese mob were drinking like nothing else. They couldn't feed themselves. They were getting grain from the United States. They couldn't feed themselves. They couldn't do much. But just there as a population, that's it. Huge population, billion plus. That was it. So Xi Jinping decided to do something when he took over. Some of the things he was planning in his hard labor. I don't want capitalism, he says. I'm not paraphrasing, I'm not quoting, I'm just paraphrasing. I don't want capitalism like it is in the West. That's not what I want. I want socialist. A socialist type of. There was a guy in Tanzania called Julian Nyerere. He tried African socialism. I had a book here one time I was reading it. But Joshua decided to do it differently. So instead of embracing that for the entire country, he decided to have an experiment. He decided to have an experiment. He picked a place in the ocean, in the seaside, but a small little province. It wasn't a big place. But they decided to open that place up without actually embracing the capitalist type society. They decided to open it up. And that was an experiment he was trying. And that experiment went wild. The Chinese love it. And the Chinese were working like nothing else to make sure that system survived. I think they call it place some kind of junction, something. But it was booming. When people find out that you can go in that province and be able to work, because the Western people they was taking their factory over there to get free labor, but the Chinese were making money. So the guy looked at it, he said, okay, let's move a little bit on the other side. So by the time he died, I believe he died 1970, either 76 or so he died. I'm not too sure the year, but I think 1976 when he died. By that time, they asked him, they said the system that you have in place, aren't you afraid the fact that you're getting older? Aren't you afraid that when you die, someone comes in, he will change it? This is what he said, and this is exactly what I'm going to say to my president tonight. As long as the people love what this system does for them, anybody change it, they will remove you. The power of the people is unmatched. And Xi Jinping, because of what he did, that experiment, look at China today. Look at China today. Even though some of us don't like the way they do business, but look at them. They are strong. They're producing. They're producing. Few years back, 10, 15, 20 years ago, China, they were not even part of the economic free zone. They were not part of that. They were begging every year. The U.S. have to beg for them to get some kind of favoritism in becoming member. And when they eye bad, they moved in there. Now they are full member. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. Let's go back to Liberia. We've been on here. Then you said, but Mr. Toll, because you're getting old now, that's why you want people to embrace wealth, building wealth. Okay, that's your argument. That's fine. That's fine. But why is it that from generation to generation to generation, only a few people, those who have the power, those who have the ability to come close to power, have the ability to steal and enrich themselves. But the majority of the country, poor like dead rat. School, they can't even pay school fees, some of them. Why? We've been tapping rubber from 19 we're still tapping. Why are we not getting rich from tapping? But the people we tap for, they're rich. I used to live in Canton. From Canton to Accra, it's about 10, 15-minute drive. I used to go to Goodrich. The Firestone Plantation, Firestone. I used to go to Firestone Plantation. In fact, I used to play soccer on their field. Go see the building, the houses, the Firestone workers, the engineers. Here in Accra, they have a blimp, a big balloon that go up with airplane, go up. Go see their houses in Akron, Ohio. You'll be surprised. What do we get in Liberia? Mud houses. Mud houses. How are we going to build middle class? Without middle class, our country is going nowhere. And then let me tell you, I talked to somebody today, I'm not going to call his name, but I talked to somebody. He said, Mr. Toe, money in our country, and I know that. Money in Liberia to be made. I'll give you another example. In Kenya, about 2 or 3 years ago, the Kenya city, they started doing some yaman thing, the big shot. So there was a slum. So poor people live there. They decided they don't have economic power. We're not going to deal with them much. So they were not supplying that slum with some of the goods that the people need in that area. So that slum decided. There was a guy from here in the United States, a white guy, went in there and told the people, said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to teach these people a lesson. Go check it out. They decided that slum, we will only do business among ourselves. In fact, they created their own currency in Kenya. In Kenya. Go check it out. They decided to make their own currency, and only in their currency they trade for each other. Anybody come from outside, you bring the Kenya money, they say they don't want it. And that slum started booming. They were getting things. Because when they changed their currency to Kenya currency, more. So they go and buy, they bring the goods, they start doing business among themselves. In less than a year, the slum houses started going up. Tall buildings started going up. How do you look at it? They find out. Kenya government went and begged them. We beg you, you're going to open it up for us. We'll do business with you. True story. True story. They open it up. So, okay, you don't go back to Kenya money now. They went back. From that point on, the Kenya government don't fool around with that slum. Any kind of good business that come to that country in Kenya, they talk to that people in the slum first before they do anything else. The power of money, the power of community coming together is more than anything else. And many of our educated people know these things. Why are they not building wealth in our country? I tell you why. The sycophants issue is so bad among us. For example, I leave from here, I go to Liberia. I say, I have this wonderful idea. Let's do this thing together. The people who's supposed to carry me to the power to be. Hello, Samson, we do that one. Samson, you see the paper? As soon as the paper doesn't do the thing, he will take credit. Because they don't want me to take credit. They will never allow me to go see the president. You got Liberians. Look, this thing I'm talking about is very peaceful as I'm saying it right now. You got Liberians all over the world. Very, very, very innovative, smart. Young Liberian. Forget about me. Young Liberian. The road there are building the area, you know, see it? And when I come here, I may be more than I can show it. The road right now, the emergency project that I'm on right now, you know, see it? The other road right down the street here, not too far from here, the people building 4 lane that I designed. You know, see it? What's about the one way over there in Eureka? You know, see it? You know, see it? No. Unless you go past, even if you pass by, I say you're not even know that Samson designed that. But I'm getting paid. Don't get me wrong. I'm getting paid. Why can I not do the same thing like bro? Because they want to make sure that if it's going to be done, either they do it or it doesn't get done at all. And because of that, they will not allow people like me to get close to the president. You know how many people I know that are very close, very, very close to the president? 3 to 4 people that I know that they see the president every day. Every day. Before they go to bed, they see the president. They get up in the morning, they see the president. Some of them, the president, that their president nephew, then they know me well, well. But you think they will come on me? No. But I'm gonna come run after. So when you see my opening here, right? I talk about Buchanan. When you had the 2016 Buchanan recently, you saw some new sidewalk being built. Moi, designer. Me. I'm finished here, but that one that different topic. Because it's not being done well, that different topic. And the reason why I don't want money. It's not about money. I want my name. So that one of the things I agree. You don't pay me, but I will use that project with my image. I will stay in and put my video up and say I'm doing it. You can't tell the person the man lie. Tell me now. Tell me I got all the plan here. Who able to tell me say I lie? You tell me anybody come and say I lie, I put the plan up. And tell you say who do need on here. So that whenever they know. They know. But it's not about that. It's not about that. What do they do during campaign time? During campaign time. So most of the time you will find any president that come in next, recycle politician. They will not bring new people in. Because the new people, they ain't got money. The old people not finished stealing. They got money stacked away. So when you run your campaign, they get you money. Then when you win the campaign, they bring them back. That's how the game is being played. But as a result of that, Liberia will go nowhere. Because the people that were working any time, that the same people today, many of them working in President Waka time, what idea they brought the day Ellington that they're doing right now? What new idea they're bringing in from Ellington to this time? What new idea, my people? Morea is still flooded. When it rains, water can't go anywhere. What new idea they have, my people? What new idea these people have? What new idea? But because when President Baka was running campaign, these people that stole, allegedly, stole from early administration, they have the money. So they put money into President Baka campaign. And luckily for them, President Baka won. So they picked them and brought them back in. So what a new idea do they have? Nothing. Zero. 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 So what do we do? This is the time you will say, but leave your own with God. Leave your own with God. Building middle class. It doesn't necessarily have to be done in Liberia alone. You can bring in, that's what I'm talking about, the new young Liberian diaspora. They have the means. They have the knowledge. They just need somebody to say, let's work together. For example, let's take President Baka. Almost finished new road from Banga all the way to Lofak. Brand new road. Your son says Goya was driving on it a lot of day. Brand new road. Let's use Lofak County as an example, as an experiment. Forget about any other place. Because a Lofak County develop, Grand Jida develop. Crown man can leave Grand Jida and go to Lofak County and make money there. It doesn't matter where you come from, you can go to Lofak County and make money there. Let's turn this thing over to the Lofian. First of all, the Lofian are hard worker, they're highly educated. So you're not gonna be losing workers. They're very smart. Let's try what is it in Lofa country that they're good at. making rice. Making rice. You brought yellow machine now, President Waka will say thank you. You brought yellow machine, will say President Waka, thank you. Excuse me. So what do they do in Lofa County those days? Making rice. That idea, the strength, the pride of producing food is in Lofa County blood. You can't take that one out. Go up and come down. Anybody from Lofa County, they're very good at that because it's within them. That's part of their culture. You think you think when Lofa County used to be called the bread basket, it just came overnight? No. It has been with them for years and years and years. Even the Lofa men right now that in America, you take him right now and put him in a farming business. It won't take long before you start growing rice. You won't take long before you become rich person growing rice here in America because it's part of them. So you take these people, this thing now that I'm talking about. So for example, as the young man was telling, I'm not going to call his name, but as he was saying today, you take $50 million, put it in the budget. The $50 million will buy equipment. Only in Lofa County for now will buy equipment. To grow rice, will buy equipment. To process the rice, will buy equipment. To set a store, to supply all over. So Lofa County is a hub now. I mean, it's a meat area. Liberia. So now this is where you say we're only going to supply area where they have quota row. In Nima County, how many from all the way from it go all the way in Nima County? You got quota all the way to in Ganta. You got quota now all the way to Tabata, Sekapie, and all the other area. So you build huge supply stores. He said, let's start. Government only function is to lease the equipment to private citizens. You call Lufien. I want some people to have this company. Lufien forget about bringing any other track. Let it all be Lofa County. Don't bring any other person. And you tell me, say, I'm traveling that your business. Because they understand. You put me there, like confusion. I know how to do fire call and palm order. What I come and do with Tawagi? I know how to call Tawagi. There's not confusion there. Let the people who know how to do these things, let them work together. Experiment. And see what's going to happen. But they're not going to do it. Because when they do that and start building wealth among the citizens, then they will not depend on them much. Then the citizen will start sending their kids to school to learn. The citizen themselves will start questioning the operational process of the government. So they're not going to do it. But how do we do that? How do we grow wealth in the country, my people? So let's look at this. Which one of the counties in Liberia that have more rubber than any other county? I believe Mount Gibby get it. I believe part of Nima County and other places that get rubber. Okay. So let's find a place, a suitable place. In order to process rubber, what do you need? Electricity. How do we generate electricity to supply that? The government, you're not going to spend money that much. But they take, you know how many cars they buy every 3 years for themselves, the legislature? Is that how you're going to build wealth? Is that how you're going to build wealth for your fellow Liberians? Some of you are buying the cars, your school, in your district. They're not there. Miguel, thanks for coming. We appreciate you, sir. They're not there. You got everybody paddled in Maria, just a sardine, looking for what we don't know. People from where Grand they don't want to go by because there's nothing there for them. Of course, you got farmland. But many of them, just like me, are lazy. They don't want to do farming. To go to school is not an easy thing. You have to sacrifice. Many young people now, they don't want to do that. They want instant gratification. So they all come to Monrovia and they all want job in the government. The government cannot absorb everybody in Monrovia, let alone all over the country. So you have people. Look at red light district. Everybody's selling in the street, and you have nobody among us to say, you know what? Let's take $50 million and build a huge market building and power everybody in there by section. Who's selling what? This is all for radio parts and radio seller. They hear. This is for TV part and TV seller. They hear. And everything you have it in line. People who want gold meat like me, they go in that shop, they find that gold meat, they get out. But look at the street of red light. What kind of life is this? Like I said, God live in Liberia, Jesus Christ live in Monrovia. The amount of dust that is stirred up every day, and people are not dying from diseases. They're not God and Jesus Christ. We got leaders. You have the president. This is the most important and most hurtful fact for those of us who support President Waka. This is the man you squeeze the knowledge. You soak all the knowledge of his years of experience out of him and make it better for you young people. You want a man as old as he is to go to bed instead of worrying about how am I going to do the young man to do X, Y, and Z. You want him to worry about you doing drugs, stealing drug money. You want him to worry about who you're going to get fired tomorrow instead of paying attention to do what he's supposed to do for the country. You want him to worry who's going to steal next. He's not young. He came in for a purpose. And instead of us to allow him to do that, we're there fighting over little stuff every day. How much money you think you alone can steal in our country? How much wealth do you think you alone can amass in our country? When you do those kinds of stuff, you got other family members begging you, you got friends begging you, and you call yourself rich man. You're riding tinted car, one. Those supposed to even get one, they ride one car. But leave Monroe and go back to their village. Their uncle, their auntie, they got nothing. Nothing. Because they refuse to build wealth among us. Because the thing is, if you build middle class and people get money to spend, they will not come bothering you. They will not come to you because they will want to know what kind of business they can do for them to get more money. But what do we do? Let me bring in Walter Cutter. Walter Cutter, give me a minute. I'm almost wrapping up. I don't want to keep you in the bag. But what do we do? What do we do, my people? The president go out, get money. The person, okay, oh man, we feel sorry for you. The way you're looking, you're a sincere person. You're Mr. Clean. We'll get you the money. Okay, as soon as the money start coming, when they hear the money need, they start finding ways how they will chop here and chop there and chop that. What kind of business is this? They borrow $400 million, example, for a specific project. By the time that project take root, you got almost $150 million gone just to bribe people, take kickback. Oh, we're not going to ratify that. We'll ratify it for you. We're giving you $4 million, but in our $4 million, we got $1 million in it. So in real term, you got only $3 million for your department. Is that how you're going to build wealth in our country? President Wakai, I'm begging you. You're not in there for coat suit. You're not in there for tennis shoes. You're not in there for sport. God brought you here to help this country. God brought you specifically to help this country establish some root. The people who you find today doing here and there, because they were broke when you brought them in. How many dollars you pay police officer in the street of Monrovia? This is not going well for us. The middle class, the building wealth is the only way out, no matter what you do. If you don't have competition among the young people who can make the most money, not stealing the most, because you only go to most of them go to government job because they want to steal. But in private sector, competition is there to make more money. That's when you see the true talent of Liberia. That's when you're going to see the true ability of Liberians, young Liberians. They're here in this country. They're here in Europe hustling, and they're making money. They got brain. They're making money. They educated themselves. They're making money. But it's not enough. You ask these same people today, go see their houses, go see the cars they drive, go see the way they dress. They are not happy. I'm telling you right now, deep inside, they're not happy. Because the kinds of stuff they're doing in this country, they wish they can do that in Liberia. You know why? Because many of them from the villages, excuse me, many of them from the villages, and they want the people from the village who know their parent to say, oh, look at Brownto's son here. Oh, my people, I say Brownto, that's all we want. It's not about the money. That's all we want. Many of us, why you think some of us didn't go to stealing? Because it's about the name of the family. Why you think many of us fought hard to educate ourselves? It's because of the name of the family. I sing in this song, you're not listening. You don't have middle class in the country, you will have the foreigner will come in. Because there's not when they come in, the foreigner become the middle class. They got money, Liberian people go borrow money from them, become the middle class. But guess what? Their own middle class is hollow. Got hole in it because they take the money and take it to their country. And there they build a real middle class for themselves. In Liberia, they are foreigners just like us. If Liberia was really straight, you think plenty of money here, Liberia making it will not be. In fact, look at Liberia right now. People are building all over the place. Let's use the opportunity. The young people, the young Liberians are still connected. Let's use the opportunity to build middle class. Have an experiment, President Waka, where certain part of the country that you will identify, you set up a company, a processing company. You set up a company that will make country clothes, not individual. How many of the country clothing from Lufa County? How many people can make that thing that you will put on the container on the ship? Billions of dollars to ship overseas. None. We come over there. We come from here. We come over there about one or two shares. That's it. How you gonna build middle class like that? What is this? Let's identify things that Liberians like and bring those things into commodity so we will be able to have Liberians making those things. The president, the government have to invest, try an experiment, and build middle class. You don't do that. The 5 cent, the 2 cent, 5 cent, same way we're getting, it will not be enough. Our people will continue to suffer. This is my opening of the night. Middle class, build wealth in a country. We can do it. We can do it. Let's take jealousy out of it. We can do it. We can do it. And I will talk about it more. Let me bring in Dr. Mali as well, who's just joined us. Let me bring you. Walter Carter, thank you for joining me tonight. What's on your plate, sir?
Yeah, thank you, Libra. Thank you for this talking point. I'd like to say hi to Dr. Mali, Libra, and to our audience. It's important. What you're discussing is very important. And our leaders, whether past, present, and the future, if we don't change the way we think, if we don't be innovative, our country, the next generation will continue to, they will even complain more than what we are complaining today because of the lack of innovation. We are very selfish and we are not innovative. There's a parable that a wise man said one time. He said, when old men grow trees or plant trees, that the shade they know they will not sit under, the future is bright. Old men, in this sense, refer to our leaders. Are they planting trees that they know they will not sit under the shade? No. They are planting trees that they want to sit under the shade. And by the time they leave office, that tree is old and the tree is gone. There's no footprint for change for the new generation until we can start having a positive mindset about the next generation will remain to the same place. It will even get worse. We see people who are very selfish. They are lack of innovation. They do not have the fortitude to say we will do things for the next 30 years. We will implement a structure or system for the next 30 years. They don't do that. When you hear them talk, it's about all negativity. It's about all enriching themselves. And that's the thing we have. But again, I don't blame them. I blame the likes of you, me, and everyone else that sit on platform or even in the public space that gave these people the right to treat us and treat our incoming generation the way they treat us. Because we know what they are doing is wrong. But we sit here year in, year out and support them and make them feel that they are so special when I hear us praising them. And I said it before, we can talk any type of time we want to talk here and there and praise and say, oh yeah, the person, at the end of the day, Liberia remain the same place. Liberia. So we should start having the mind now to say nothing. We will call people out. We will not praise them because they are not doing favor for us. They ask us to be president because they want to make a change. And it's not something that we should praise them when they do they do what they came to do. No. They took pay. Take, for example, even the likes of our president today, where he was sitting in Le Congo. Liberian people went to Liberian people and told them, we can do this, we can do that, we can do the other one. So the people changed his lifestyle. You can't even go close to his house now. The buildings he putting out. Then when he built one small kitchen, then we see the president doing well. Hey, man, Liberian people. That's the reason why we'll continue to complain like this. He's supposed to do better for the country. We're not going to praise him when he put on one structure. No. We're going to tell you, the structure he put on, we need bigger one.
Thank you, Walter Carter. Thank you.
Thank you,
very
Delibro.
much. Thank you. Ma Evelyn, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Let's hear from you, Dr. Malik. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. What's on your plate, sir?
Well, I think the topic you're dealing with tonight is a very important topic. But I don't know whether it's achievable or measurable in our society. Because when you're talking about middle class, that's a strong phrase. First of all, how many Liberians in Liberia that you know annual income net 100,000 or 75,000 or 60,000? All right. So I strongly believe that the middle class is necessary in all society. But in the case of Liberia, to get a middle class up and running, first of all, you need to minimize corruption. That's the first thing. Nobody going to invest in a very corrupt society. Two, you got to remove some of the bureaucratic bottleneck in the system. Like for instance, diaspora going home, you get retired now, or I get retired going home. Maybe I want to carry all my little household so that I save the little money I have. And the other one, maybe I open a little business. All right. We should be able to be given a duty-free privilege at the port. But we live from here where our things, when we go, they are charging all the investors. So at the end of the day, things become so difficult. And the next thing is the enforcement of rule of law and create a condition where I will flourish as a businessman or my little money I carry to help the society. Because to become a middle classer, you should be able to invest to help your next door neighbor or create some employment. But here is my disappointment, and Libra. Most of our brothers are investing so many money in our country. Are they investing to create employment in our country? I don't see it. His Excellency President Weah came to power. He's better off now. He's above middle class level right now. Okay, good. Has he invested some of his money to create employment for other down the line? I don't see any president doing this thing. No president has even done it. So the question now, you and myself will leave from here to go, maybe to open a little water factory. But the bureaucratic system may not enforce us to do it. Someone want to rip us of even the capital that we carry. So it's a good idea. But until then, we need a house cleaning before this thing can actually take root in Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc. Don't look now, but your idea, if they follow, you're creating a middle class now. And these are some of the arguments that we're making. I understand that to create a middle class or to create wealth in our country will not require a huge sum, and it will also require all of us to work together. We're all Liberians. So that's idea that I'm suggesting here tonight, and not that is the only idea. However, if we believe in those kinds of things, we are all Liberians. And many of us have relatives that are close to power to be. We can have but those conversations have been held before. But there are certain Liberians, certain members in our society that only believe that if it's not them, no one else. Even in the local Liberian organization in the diaspora, if it's not me, no one else. They come into the organization purposely to create havoc so that people will come and recognize them because they make so much noise. And then they hold the community hostage that if you don't elect me, because they saw those kinds of things happen in the past, I will continue to disturb until I get what I want. But Dr. Malley and Walter Carter, let's move on a little bit further than that. And let me ask this. Moses Segwe and Rescue 2, if you guys care to join us tonight, please do so. Let me ask this too, and we'll start with Walter Carter and then we'll come back to you, Doc. And that is, it looked like we're ready tonight to remove our partisan hat and we'll discuss all things Liberia. I hope that we'll continue with that. Walter Carter, from that perspective, let me ask you this. If you had the opportunity to be part of the inner circle or whoever leader that comes to power, if this idea that we're discussing, if it's important, what are some of the suggestions you would bring for people to follow that will enable this type of idea to take root in Liberia?
To be honest with you, I would advise, if I were in the inner circle, I would advise the president to have a serious meeting with the legislators to not only craft law that will benefit them, but to craft law that will benefit the masses, the country in general, to put up a developmental agenda for the country. That's number one. Two, I will advise this president that we should fight corruption with everything in us, because corruption help to defeat the purpose. So you should fight corruption with everything in us. And to also promote education so that people can be innovative. Now, government can only open for people to strive, for citizens to strive, but citizens should have the mindset to do it. You gotta be innovative, you gotta be creative in making things happen. If I was fortunate to sit at the hand of the president, or any president for that matter, I will put the narrative that our people need schools, not just any school, but schools that will change the illiteracy rate for our nation and make our people innovative. I will also prevail on the legislature to make laws that will benefit the Liberian people and not benefit them, alone. And also for us to fight corruption. Dr. Marty hit on the head. I don't care how, because at this point we got few rich people in Liberia, and the vast majority of the people are poor. We got no middle class. Rich people and poor people. That's how it is in Liberia. No middle class. Very few and rich. And the few that are rich suppress the rest of the poor people not to even get to where it's got to be. And all because of the lack of education. Mostly corruption taking over the country. So I will advise the president to sincerely focus on those three areas, and then all other things can start falling in place. I'll make education the priority, and the fight against corruption another priority.
Thank you. Dr. Mali, let me come to you. Thank you, Worker. That's an excellent point. Dr. Mali, let me come to you. Liberia is a constitutional state. Liberia is not a banana republic. Liberia and the Liberians people follow the rule of law. What we're discussing here, is it possible to have without violating somebody's liberty, civil liberties?
Well, the question is yes and no. Yes, but let me first of all go to, I see panelists, Kettle, dwelling heavily on government involvement. But I truly believe that if we want to strengthen the capacity of middle class or create that condition, like he already said, we need to remove a few things out of the way. Okay. Aside of that, we have the Liberia Investment Act of 2010. We need to revisit it and have it overhauled. So if Mr. Ketter is talking about government coming in to create an enabling condition, I agree with him. But in a sense that this act, if the lawmakers are prepared to overhaul this act, and everything in that country there that Liberians supposed to do, no foreigner put his or her hand on it, that would be good. And two, if we get any lawmaker,
I am on air.
Yeah. If we Libra, you gotta go solve your problem. If we have
almost 40-year-old, almost 40-year-old English baby.
Okay. Then Mr. Ketter's stressed a very important point, government coming in. But I want to believe that government should come in to protect the Investment Act of 2010 and have it amended. For instance, The Chinese are breaking rock in our place there. It's part of our Liberia investment arm. All right. So the portion of the lawmaker coming in now is to stop that thing there. It can't happen. Then the argument will be some Liberians are not interested to go and break rock. And so the Chinese taking over the rock and they saying, okay, that's a good argument, Mr. Keto or a laborer. Then what you do now as a government, you create an avenue where probably you get some of the kids off the street, train them how to break rock, and mind saying it be their own career for life. You put them in that direction, train them. At some point, if they get that knowledge, they're going to die with it. They're not going to leave it behind. They take over the rock issue and the same issue. This is how I want for government to come in. Like for instance, His Excellency have been traveling to the United States. All right. Mr. Ambassador, I want you to get statistics of Liberians in this country. I want you to get all the qualified people who are in road engineering. I want that list. Who are in education. I want that list. Those are in security. I want that list. All right? You group these people. You say, okay, the educators, I know that you put about 500. The government is going to make a loan available to you guys, a loan of $1 million. For y'all, the doctoral people in the education sector, we're going to make a loan of $1 million to write the textbook of Liberia. One you people write textbook from 6th grade or from kindergarten to 12th grade. That is my challenge to you. This is the budget. You form your group, you come to Liberia. All right? Let's go back in the market. Foreigners have taken over the market because they say Liberia don't want to sell in the market. They say, okay, create a condition where you made a marketing a career for some of the market women. You see? And if someone is there plaiting hair, foreigner coming and will notice you plaiting hair, it becomes a criminal thing. You go to jail or you go home and go plait your hair. We train our women, we invest in them, they will pay back this money. I think this is how the middle class, to me, we can start with the middle class from that point. Because if I'm plaiting hair, I will get 2-3 people to help me. At the end of the week or the end of the day, you will share some things. People will go find their little food. The same thing with the money of sand and the breaking of the rock. All right? Then you find those small error. Let us not start with a big error. You find those small error. Then the next part of the policy will be those so-called rich people will get in Liberia. We come up with a program for them. Okay, Benina Ure, you get 200 acres of land here. How many Liberians you get employed in this place here? How many Liberians are you training to ride horse in this place here? How many Liberians are you training to take care of the graveyard and then you get a cemetery going on now? You come up with a policy that will force these so-called rich people in Liberia to create employment for Liberians. All right? But in the absence of these things, labor, the foreigner will continue to close the gap. Like for instance, the shop. You see the Lebanese, I mean these Fulanis, they're having these small shop in every community. Okay. We can drive them. Some of them are citizens. We want to be the good guys. We are still the good guys on the block in West Africa. People flocking in our country. So, okay. Mr. Fullerman, the shop you're having, according to our investment law, 2010, you have to employ 1 Liberian in this shop here. You have to employ 2 Liberians in this shop. And if you resist, a 6-month in jail. After that, we send you back to your country. Enforce the law. And if you do this thing with all these small error, we will not employ all the youth, but we'll be reducing the population little by little. And you apply this thing to all the 16 counties. So the lawmaker can do good for all to enforce this thing. And the executive too can help to really enforce some of these things. So
Thank you.
this is how I see our government coming in to help. Because it's like we not have the appetite to do these things. But the government got to create the avenue. Like for instance, I read something today, I was so discouraged. The Indian government gave 3 scholarships for Liberians to go do PhD labor. All right. They selected 2 faculty. They selected 3 faculty members from the University of Liberia. Why are you selecting faculty? Why you can't select 2, 3 students who have got good grades to build their future? You selecting faculty. But here is the worst part. These faculty, guess what they're going to study? Up to PhD level, political science. That's a disgrace. What have political science done for us in our country? So any people are going to India to even study medicine and specialize in one of those branches, or engineering, or road construction, labor, that would be very resourceful. Political science, I was very disappointed.
Thank you. Thank you, Doc. Again, folks, Samson told Liberian Public Radio they had on this Monday afternoon discussing with Walter Carter and Dr. Malley. We're just discussing mainly about how to build wealth and how to establish first class or middle class, whatever class you want to call it. This is another thing that I have in mind. As I stated earlier, Doc and Walter Carter, that Liberia is not a banana republic. Liberia is a constitutional republic. Now, in our governance system, we have 3 branches of government: the judiciary, the legislature, and the executive. And each one of these branches have the head already selected and functioning. Are these people regularly the 3 heads or 4 heads? Because I was his Senate leader, the lower law leader, the chief justice, and the president. Do they regularly have meeting to compare notes, or they just say, "I'm in my own lane, you stay in your lane"? And the reason I'm bringing this up is the executive functioning is different from judiciary's functioning. I understand that. The legislative functioning is also different from the executive and the judiciary. I understand that. But the intent of the intent result of their functional process is to make sure the Republic of Liberia survive and thrive. Have they even attempt to have meeting among themselves? People complain about the judiciary, the legislature, of being corrupt. People complain about the legislature, executive being corrupt. Same as the executive. So the question then is, why are they not having meeting among themselves? Where are we? What do we need to do? How do we need to move this country forward? Or we just elect them and they appoint these people, the judges and other Supreme Court chief, and that's it? Is it not possible to have the Supreme Court chief to come to the meeting and say, these are the notes that I have? How do we minimize the corrupt behavior that people allegedly complaining against the court? Can the executive provide some set of security system that will allow people to be monitored? And if so, can the legislature portion certain amount in a budget for something like that? Why are we not doing these things? We have issue with the executive, executive finds somebody is corrupt or somebody has been stealing stuff and what have you, the executive charged them and sent them to court for adjudication. And the executive function is pretty much out of it, except to prosecute. But the judiciary system has taken over. They're in control now. Is there not some sort of a subset within the three governmental process, governmental department, that you have a subset where all three of them can work together for the benefit of our country? Is the judiciary have the ability to tell the meeting among themselves at the higher level to say these are the rules that the legislature are going to have to obey. These are the rules according to the Constitution that the lawmaker must abide by. These are the rules according to the Constitution that the executive must abide by. And the executive coming out to say, okay, these are the kinds of things that we expect from your function as a judiciary branch. When we have these kinds of meeting among us, don't you think that perhaps we will have some sort of a success in trying to get this idea of middle class, building a middle class in Liberia? CEO, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Let me bring you Walter Cutter back. Dr. Malley, let's hear from you, and then we will. Walter Cutter, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, let's listen to Dr. Malley, then we'll go around the room. Go ahead, Doc.
Good evening, CEO.
Good to be here, Dr. Malley.
Yeah, but liberal, the thing you're talking about working together, it's not applicable in democracy. There are clear lines of demarcation between the judiciary, the executive, and the legislature. All right? Except we want to change the form of government. If we can change the form of government, that will work. For instance, you empower the president to have final saying in the judiciary era and final saying in the legislature. Then the executive can impose that whosoever steal, whether the chief just say you go into jail, and will make sure you go to jail. But if you are seeing that,
Dr. Malley, I'm talking about a meeting of heads.
no,
Not as a policy.
no.
Okay.
Meeting as a head, that's what I'm seeing, then you will need a different form of government. But once democracy exists, the executive got no interference with the judiciary, and the judiciary got no interference with the legislature. As a matter of fact, the legislature has got its own rules, in-house rules. They control it and decide where they're going. All right? So what I'm saying here is that the executive, as far as I'm concerned, once we have decided to go the democratic way, they issue hang here. It's undemocratic.
Okay.
There's something called political partnership, and that will have to be based on what is in the Constitution. But I hang here anything, that traditional thing, nobody gonna do that.
All right, thank you. CEO will come to you. Let's listen to Walter Cutter, then we'll come to Walter Cutter. Let's hear from you on this here.
Yes, the liberal, like Dr. Malley said, we run a government structure where our government is a democratic government. In a democratic government, we have three separate branches, and I don't think any should interfere, even though the president appoints people in the legislature. I mean, in the judiciary. But after that appointment, he has no control over the actions. He should not interfere with their actions. The action should be independent, impartial, and they should have integrity. And the legislature was voted in just like the president was voted in. So they too, they have certain responsibility to checkmate or to oversee and make sure that the executive function in line with the Constitution. So if you bring those people together to start hanging here, there will be some conflict of interest where the executive want to control or twist arm the judiciary or even the legislature, even though it exists in our society, but it's not supposed to be that way on a modern democracy.
Thank
So
you.
that hanky here thing, I don't think is necessary. I think what the government needs to do is to be very honest with Liberian people to make sure that there are certain rights that is non-negotiable. The right
Okay.
to have education, the right to health care, the right to freedom of speech, the right to excel to be who you want to be in your society. That should
Here we go. All right. You're breaking up, Walter Carter. Thank you. Let me go to CEO. CEO, good evening. Thank you for joining us. What's on your plate, sir?
What do you have on the plate?
Just what we're eating right now. Do you care to join us, or you bring your own bowl or whatever it is you have?
What are you eating? So the problem that we have, we want to talk the talk. We don't want to walk the talk.
Just a minute. Before you came, we're having a very, very wonderful conversation, and I believe the audience were truly enjoying us, exchanging idea. We were not condemning, we were not shifting blame. So please, let's stick to that format that we have. And when we have something, if we want to call it engagement, each of us, then you can bring those kind. But can we still be positive here tonight, please?
Positive of what?
Instead of blaming and shifting blame to this person and that person, can you speak to the issue?
It's not a matter of shifting blame. It's a matter of being very honest to society. That's part of our obligation. We say one thing and we do it on the other hand. We want to have 3, 4 hands at the same time. And this is what the problem is. So now, every other one else spoke, and you come to one of the voices, the voice that is more independent, and so now phobia gets in you, and you try to admonish me to stick to your talking point. You're not the right guy to can't talk about these things. When you claim to be a dictator here to infringe on other people's civil liberties, you know, yeah. Look, Dr. Male, we have to tell these people what is right. Now we jump to government because the government is the elephant in the room, but we have our system within ourselves to this little institution, little network that you have. I can do this. When I say at this person, this is how it grows, and this is how it gets out of hand. So, in order for people to take us serious, we have to take the lead. And I know you are very uncomfortable here because when you see me here tonight, so you start drinking juice to cool down your. But look, we have a volatile society, lack of patriotism. Leaders are not honest. Their surrogate moves in their direction because it's in their favor. It's only good when it works for them. The rule is not applicable to them when they violate the rule. Those who are supposed to enforce the rule breaks the law. These sort of things, when it happens in society, then you find it very difficult for the society to be balanced. So no matter what we talk, how we speak it here, it won't work because you have those that are also among us who see that as a good thing. Now, the like-minded folks, it leaves them with no alternative. They have nowhere as an outlet to argue their point. Well, this is a very good discussion. Empowering people. The boss starts with the government. It's the responsibility of the government to empower its citizens, whether they are for or against, as long as it's not against the law. I think everyone should be treated fairly. But because of other people feels they are exempted for the law from the laws, I know you want to cut me off, which is okay. You're looking at time. I understand. I understand. But look, liberal, we need to stop this sort of hypocrisy. We need to stop that because you can't be saying something and then you want other people, and on the other side, you are completely contrary to the very thing that you speak about. I'm not necessarily talking about you, but I'm just talking about some of these things that we do. We must be mindful because these people, our audience, they remember and they tell us behind this thing. Wait a minute, this is what you said, but this is not happening. You are not living the lifestyle, not a Cummins type. You are not living the lifestyle you're telling us you profess to be. Am I making sense?
No, you're not.
Yes, you're making sense.
Oh.
But
What
look,
I'm going to tell both of you right now.
quickly, I don't know we have the time, but it's concerns. A statement coming from the city senator of Nima County, Senator Samuel Koga, with respect to what is unfolding. It is unprecedented. So I don't know why you don't want to make talk about that. And that's some of the things.
I ask you what you have on your plate, and you can talk about anything you want to talk about.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
So we're going to move on to the next subject matter. And Walter Cutter is not here now. I don't know where he is. Hopefully usually when he going on the bridge here, he get off the line. But anyhow, so again, I think all of us, thank you, Mr. CEO, for joining us. But I think this subject matter of creating wealth and creating middle class in Liberia, from my perspective, is very important. Because if we don't have that, and then we'll move on to whatever subject matter you guys want to discuss now. If we don't have that, I believe, no matter how we try to talk about corruption, it will be the hallmark of the day. Because everyone that comes to government are poor, they're broke, and they want to fill their pocket before they leave. Okay? And so it is not something that you can just say we're going to eliminate. So eliminate, not even eliminate, but to minimize it, we must build middle class. So at least people coming out of that middle class that might want to participate in the government would have had some sort of um, foundation, financial foundation already, and therefore they might not even want to go to government. Most likely, they might say, "You know what? I want to continue with my private company or private industry." By doing so, you are also creating jobs. My argument is we shouldn't depend on the government for the sole employment opportunity in the whole country of Republic of Liberia. But I want to thank you guys for taking up my subject matter. Walter Cutter, you were the first one. You have any other thing you wanted us to jump on now?
Yeah, Libra, I got another topic. I mean, the whole drug issue. But let me just chime in on the last topic we're on so I can just get it out of the way. Nobody wants for government to be the sole, employer. I think what, like I said, what government should be doing is to create an environment where the citizen will strive and build up the middle class. And that can only happen in an environment where we have a government who who very disciplined, not corrupt, and put the citizen first and don't put themselves first. And fight corruption and to make education a priority throughout the country so that when people minds are open into modern life, they will try to make the best of the situation. But if we always, and this left for even the people, we who how we vote, because we're not so educated, so we vote people based on like ability, not issue driven, or somebody come and tell us, say they may we saw it, we got integrity, and then we follow that person, or even investigate and all that kind of stuff. So we need people with great integrity and to change the status quo, because if we don't do that, the next generation will be here discussing the same thing, discussing the even worse, are complaining. You know what I'm saying? So it's better for us to, like I said from my opening statement, the leaders we put there, we should hold them accountable. I don't care how we like them. We should
Thank
hold
you.
them accountable. So my issue is about the drug situation.
Let's go
Um,
around. Let's go around the room. You want to discuss the drug situation? What's with the drug
yes,
situation you want to discuss? Let's
I
hear
think
you.
that's the major issue that making headlines in the country today. It posing a lot of threat that we are hearing that the Americans are offering, some impartial investigation, meaning they want to take people.
I have not heard that yet.
Well,
I've not come across from any of the major newspaper yet, so I don't know about that.
it coming up from what it put in from front page Africa. And even one of the biggest radio stations in Liberia called Spoon, that what everybody listening in front page Africa. So these are things that are coming out that they want to get Liberians, the people who have been accused, and some of the people who are connected to this whole thing, take them from Liberia to have them investigated, probably prosecuted or whatever, because they know this is deeper than what we think. And there was a ship on our international waters that been there for 3 days and nobody knew where it was there for. And the Coast Guard went to confront it, but they couldn't get it because they drifted further into the international waters, and we don't have the equipment to go down there. Those are things we can discuss because yeah, sorry, the security analyst not yet because if these people coming close to our shore and not docking to our port, why are they dropping into our water? Are they putting toxic waste into the water? Are they dropping cocaine under the water that the diver gonna go with little boats and put it in the boats and bring it on shore to Poor River and put it in warehouses? Why were they there at this point? But news coming out say it related to it seeing drugs are in the country.
Okay.
Well, that's what I want to discuss.
Thank you. CEO, let's hear from you. You say you wanted to discuss what?
I mean, it's just in correlation with what Keto is saying, but I think it's getting more um, attention. I listened to Senator Koga on OKFM, and they are legitimate concerns. I think there are a lot of things still remains undone, and this is where these are some of the things that we are talking about. When leader cannot take a bold step, and you try to be selective in within the justice systems, or other people are completely exempted when they are violated. I think the $1 million question here: a sitting senator made a public announcement on a major network that has to do with a son who is currently being held as a prime suspect, but he reported, and this is where the disappointment comes in with the first branch of government. This man reported that his son was acting. His son was following command because military, paramilitary, they are subordinate to the superior officer. When they say this, you got to do it. A government taxpayer property to a vehicle or whatever was used to escort, giving directive. Why are you not asking the question who gave that directive, Mr. Tool? The liberal.
Yeah.
Not concerned. If somebody was bringing a 10, 12 tire trucks, Dr. Mali, and they said this truck is coming from La Cote d'Ivoire. The joint security at the border said nobody should intervene, nobody should stop it, nobody should search it. Instead, there was a high command, from up there and allow that trucks to come to enter our border, our territorial border. And here we are. We're seeing, things happening. Mr. Toro, don't you think it's why there's a select committee being formed by the Senate? And let the senator come and let them demand whose order does what, who was acting? Is it coming from where? From the justice minister? From the executive? From the police? Because the officer there was not unilaterally acting. But you have those people punished, but you don't care to know who say, hey, I don't care, I don't have time for these people, that truck must go.
Okay. Dr. Malley, let's hear from you.
You want to ask that question here tonight? You want to demand answer to that? Who ordered that truck? The,
Dr. Malley, let's hear from you. This is we're not in your office. We're not in the CEO office. This is my show. How you gonna come and demand that I ask question? That you see, you can't look for flower here, but I'm not into flower business tonight. Tonight I want solution. I want
No,
solution.
but liberal CEO just asking you a simple
Good
question.
night, Dr. Mary. You ain't got nothing to say. That's why you coming to here now. We put a making, we're talking cool, everything was fine. Now you coming to start something.
All right. But let's get back to what Mr. Keto just brought up. I think the drugs issue has come to label us. That's what I noticed now. It's not only going to be it's not only going to be His Excellency President Baka issue anymore. The drug issue has come to stay. And I'm saying it for a fact because one, we are running a weak society. We are unable, we don't have the spine to enforce some things or even to ask some questions. All right. For instance, Keto on this platform insinuating that they're both sitting down somewhere and they don't know people going under the water. This that these are the type of conversation that tells me that the drugs has come to stay. First of all, we need to write a proposal to appeal to the United States government to give us 3 or 4 used navy boat to patrol our water.
Who gonna sail it for you?
And listen now, I'm talking. All right. I'm
yes.
finding solution instead of discussing the issue.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Secondly, we you have a recruitment about 50 or 30 person to be trained in a whole naval team because we don't have no institution in Liberia. And let the people help us with this thing there to buttress our effort when it comes to the drugs business. That one aspect. Secondly, there was the breaking news today from on BBC that one of the drugs king, he comfortably living in Sierra Leone. He hanging out with his excellency first daughter. They grabbed some drugs on the scene and they arrested a lot of people. She had to use her influence for them to drop charges on them. So the solution here now is, are we prepared to be a frontier with Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Ivory Coast to have a joint force on the drugs issue? Because you may succeed to put the drugs issue under control in Moravia, but you will not succeed to put it under control at the border in the very leeward country. All right. So the question now is, what are the measures put in place to fight this thing, even long after United Party is gone? All right. We are not looking at these things. Now the
Thank
CEO just brought a question here. Are we concerned to rather be curious to find out some of these things, why these things are happening? But again, there are so many compromises and patronage going on in our leadership, and this has been on since 1847. You see, so these things constitute to make Liberia a very weak society to the point where we can't just fight cases. You may
thank
dismiss all the people in Liberia, the drug issue will still be there. Because the thing we're supposed to really be doing, we are not doing it. Thank
thank you,
you.
Doc. Thank you, Dr. Mari. This is what I'm gonna say. CEO, your question is quite in place. But as far as I'm concerned, that would be the job of the investigator who made our call, why the call was made, and what have you, until the investigation process take root and to explain to us. I don't want to be ahead of that by speculating. But this is what I'm going to say about this whole drug issue here. You're muted. God have it. God do it so well. We can't even hear you. You can talk from out of German. We can't hear you. Uh-huh. You're coming to try to interrupt me now. So the point that I'm making is this: on the drug issue here, right? Not that I support people who selling drugs or people who bringing drug in the country and what have you. Before the drug leaves from the destination, I mean from the places coming from the origin. Before it leaves, I am sure those who managing the drug must have already have contact on the ground, who's gonna receive it, and everything else is already in place. This is the crux of my argument here tonight about middle class. Not that if we have middle class, you're not gonna have these kinds of stuff. But I can give you an example. Back in the 70s, early 80s, when we were still growing up, we came some of us, like for me, I came from Total, I was in Monrovia. But I wasn't about ready to get into drug business because I know the thing they call Carlo, that's 7 year in jail. I'm the grandson of Toll. Why would I want to drag my grandfather's name in the mud so that people in the town, Toll town, there's all something to he was arrested for selling drugs or he was arrested for stealing. Though we didn't have money, but we respected the name of our family. It kept some of us grounded. So, for example, if you have a middle class where the children themselves, they're not going to be rich, but they will have the means to educate themselves. And the competition among the young people of trying to protect their name will take root. But right now, nobody cares for anything. People do these kinds of stuff because they don't respect their own background. Because when they get caught, not only they're gonna suffer, but the relatives' names is already in there. You're carrying somebody's name. And that's my argument. But CEO, you're quite correct. Who made a call and how the call happened? But I will let the investigator do the work. I'm not going to stay ahead of it. I'm going to try to be civil on this here and let the investigation take root on that. Well, Walter Carter, let's come to you.
So, so
Before,
liberal.
yeah.
Mhm. So liberal. This is what this network is about. We get
I don't
information.
know, yo. I don't know, yo. I don't know what Rescue 2 is this time. They are coming to change it. Rescue 2 I coming to call it Rescue 2 minor Rescue 2. I don't know. Anytime when I get you got the three people here tonight, and he's supposed to be here to help me. I'm here talking like I ain't got no family member. Listen to what my sister wrote here. Listen to what I can see Mr. Toe being by himself tonight on this show. So I am calling for reinforce because minor rescue is a minor rescue too. You're not here with me tonight. It's Segway over there telling, hey gentlemen, he's not even here. So my brother, my sister, I don't know what's going on. So that why we have here. But I hear from you, Walter Cutter.
So liberal.
Yeah,
This is why,
rescue minor too.
like I was saying, this is why we are on this show. So we analyze, we speculate, and we put out information that people can do their own analysis in the community. So we can say we're going to wait. Well, we know that this man is a deputy for patrol up, I mean, he's a chief for operation patrol. And think he said he told his father that he took order from his boss. Who is his boss? The IG.
Do you
It's
know?
not a secret. It's
Do you
open.
know?
Everybody.
Do you know? Do you know
Are
what are
you
the IG made our call?
are you just listening? I'm
No,
not
I'm
on the
not
listening
dismissing. I'm
stand. I'm
telling
telling
you,
you.
you are not an
I'm
investigator. You're
I'm telling you what
speculating.
is. I'm telling you what is in the public glare. Not
What
because
is
you
in the
didn't
public?
hear it.
That's a
Not because
speculation.
it's not speculation.
Oliver, why are
So
you interrupting the man?
yeah, that is what is in the public glare. That this man took order from the IG. There are so many big hands in this thing, bigger hands that are coming out that name spraying on this thing. There's a whole web. These people. like somebody said, before these guys, the drug left its final, I mean, place of origin, they have already made the groundwork, the contact groundwork. And the network is so entrenched in high places in our government. It was just by luck that they got exposed to the airport when they could not.
By
They,
luck.
that luck, the security never cracked, they never caught it. The thing was going to pass everyone out for weight discrepancy. Because
Oh,
that's,
so
yeah.
they're not log again.
I said it was not going to pass if we were not with the security never caught it. It was the weight discrepancy that is there,
How
and the
did it
people,
wait? How did weight business come?
these were
What
not
does it do?
security people that caught this thing,
Well,
liberal.
what the weight supposed to? The weight business supposed to do?
The weight meaning
You're
they
muted.
put
We can't hear you. You can talk for now. Judgment Day. You call
you the
yourself.
one
You
I'm
can't.
not
You
muted.
can't hear.
You
We
can
can't.
listen
No,
to
I'm
me.
talking about your CEO. You can't hear. We can't even hear you. We just
So
talk.
let me talk, liberal. There's no security people that came and say we call drugs to this
What I
place.
want you to do, Walter Carter, when we come to these kinds of conversation where people are listening to us, let's try to be sincere for once.
Liberal.
Now, no,
Did the
hold
Liberian
on,
government come out? Let me see
hold on.
here. Okay, do
No,
you be
hold on,
go ahead.
hold on, Walter Carter.
Uh-huh.
When you do these kinds of stuff, then you shove us back into our own position of defending.
Okay,
And I
defend.
don't want to do that. I know I don't want to do that.
Defend.
What I expect you to do, don't say the security by luck. There's no such thing as luck. The government put in place to do weight, to weigh goods. I mean, whatever you're going to be transporting, to give it weight. And if there's a weight disturbance, then they find out why that stuff is. Why is a weight disturbance happening? Then you're gonna try and call it luck.
So let me just correct you. The government did not put in place any weight measure at the airport.
How
It
was it
was
drug?
Akami.
How they do
It
it? How they
was
catch it?
this
How they catch
Akami
it,
now.
drug?
Akami, as the transport company put weight there. Weight.
Okay.
So when you carry goods, the cargo to the company that you shipping, the
Right.
company when you tell the company say this is 10 kilo, the
Right.
company put on the scale. If it's more than 10 kilo, the port they say not going more than 10 kilo. You either kind of take some oil and make it 10 kilo for the Senate. And now what
Okay.
happened? So after
Okay.
the day, all the checking thing, it was not
Uh-huh.
no security person that went and checked and said this is cocaine. The people had weight discrepancy and they couldn't carry the thing.
Just
They
so that you
called the
will not
road.
give credit to where the credit belongs. Go ahead.
But
Tell your
let's speak the fact. Let's speak the fact.
Tell your
And when the
ain't
news
no
broke
fact. I will
out,
not
when
say
the news
anything
broke
again. I will not say anything again. Go ahead. Your
Liberal,
turn.
it's not that I'm blaming this government. What I'm trying to say here is this whole issue of drugs in our society is entrenched in the government. And the former past government too had the same problems. Eddie Johnson government came, they prosecuted 2 people in America here that were associated with drugs in Liberia. You understand? So this is not new to the system. But what I'm saying, and you guys take feelings when we try to put it on that this government is infested with people who are, into the
Thank
whole
you.
drug scene.
Thank you.
You
Thank
poor
you. We'll
feedback
talk
because
about
I
that.
your rescue government, and
Let
it's
me
not about
open the
rescue
line.
government.
Thank you. We'll talk about that. Let me open the line. And guys, please make it brief. We're not going to stay here that long
Wow.
tonight.
Okay,
While
I
I'm
cannot
on the
believe
line,
liberal. I cannot believe you.
we'll talk cutter. We'll talk cutter. We
No,
were having such a wonderful
this
conversation
conversation
tonight.
wonderful until
No, it's not. It's
you
not.
got
You
thin
are
skin. I
not.
thought you supposed to be liberal from
No,
back in the
no,
day, but your skin thin.
no,
You like the
no.
so-called
No.
rescue. If
We're not
I
going
agree
to
with you.
allow you. We're not going to allow you to try
Now you're trying to censure my voice again. It's the
We're
same thing
not.
the CEO are talking about.
We're not sanctioning
You
anything. Well,
censoring
we're
my
not
voice.
going to let
You
you
want
do
me to
on
say what
our
you want me
show.
to say. How can you tell me
No, don't come here and tell me say
independent reaction
it's
like
a
me
luck.
that I'm
Yeah.
a
Oh,
talk the
now
way you
you
want me
we
to
are
talk.
sharing. Good night. Thank you. CEO, folks, the number is out there 916-533-2048. WhatsApp number 916-330-9721. Give us a call and see what you have on your mind. Let's hear from you.
Ain't nobody
CEO,
gonna call tonight. Okay, you want to censure our voices here.
CEO, what's wrong with your mic? We can't hear you.
Wait, you're not hearing?
Now we're hearing you.
Yeah, so I'm not part of that we, okay? So you know.
What you mean? You're not part of the we.
Yeah, Keta was speaking and you were just I don't know why. Really, it's
No, because he's not being. No, on a very serious note, the reason why I jumped on him because when we started the show, we were all on the same level.
you don't have to.
No,
That
no, no, no. I have to. I have to, Mr. So. You're not here to come tell me what to do.
So
You
can
know
you
who I
ask
am.
this? Can you ask? Can you ask
You
Mr.
know who
Tool?
I am.
Mr. Tool,
Nobody
who
asking me
security
anything.
discovered
All right.
at
Okay.
the
Let me
airport?
take. Okay. Let me take this caller. Caller. Good evening, Samson. Told. Hold on 1 minute, sir. Hold on 1 minute. Caller. Good evening, Samson. Told. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Okay. Hi, Mr. To, Mr. So, Dr. Mari, and what's the brother name?
Wilter. We are sharing.
We are sharing.
Yeah.
How you doing, sir? Well, Mr. To,
Yeah.
I know you're in a tough position right now. I think you should be to save your own credibility for Poland to feel that you can be biased. I know you love the president, but this what's happening right now. I think you need to speak truth to power. I know it will hurt you. You can sleep over it and you can
You're breaking up. What's going on with your phone? You're breaking up.
We hearing the man loud
I'm
and
not breaking
clear.
up.
We hearing him loud and clear.
We need to change the phone. We can do that too. Well, I'm not breaking up. But you need to speak. I know you're in a tough position. But fair play, I think you need to answer the question Mr. To asked. And when you answer that question, I think the police IG need to just do the honorable thing and just resign.
that's it.
I think he will come with a little bit credibility. He can say, oh, because of the pressure or not to be a distractor. I'm not putting words in his mouth. He know what he did or what he been doing all along. But I think for him to be to save himself, so he just need to go ahead and just resign. Thank the president and Kubaya.
But we hear your knee. We hear your knee. Where your knee?
My name Ambrose. I'm calling from Louisville.
You said,
You got my name?
we don't know Louisville. We know Louisville.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm calling from Louisville.
Man, now you're talking.
Yeah, but I think if the IG did do the honorable thing, okay, Mr. Toro, let me ask you a simple question here and I can drop it. If something happened to Liberian Popular Radio right now, who would be responsible?
If it's bad, I see you. If it's good, then I'm me. Bro, you can't go. You see, I got me. Where kind of I'm from Tota. If it's bad, then I see you. But if it's good, then I'm the boss. Yeah.
I will allow other people to call.
Okay, thank you. Folks, this is a guy who bought me the cell phone that I'm using here. The guy who just spoke about, I think he paid about $700 or so for it. But he come here, can't talk about that. Then the phone sack to it.
I don't know why he sent that phone to you.
Don't worry about it. Folks, give us a call 916. It don't matter why you send me phone. The thing you can't hear, then he comes to come praise you. Then the phone comes.
You know why he did that? He did it with the sole purpose that this old man would change you. Because what you are doing on this network is just ridiculous.
Mr. So, will you speak to the issue and forget about how ridiculous I am? The man said he asked me a question. Why is something happening on LPR? Who will be responsible? I said if it's good, then I mean the board chair. But if it's bad, then as the CEO. Then what one you want? Go ahead and speak to other issue.
So with those drugs here, who's responsible?
He got a dream of BF1. Look at he ain't even dreaming the thing. Just put the class to him all. Not.
We got serious problem in our country.
What your question, Mr. So?
Let's turn this camera off. Forget who watching and what kind of name they're gonna call you and all of that. So, who is responsible with this whole drugs thing now? Who should take it?
The cartel from Colombia.
What?
The cartel from Colombia, they're responsible. Who else you think gonna be responsible for drug business in Liberia? The government of the Republic of Liberia is responsible to enforce the drug law, and they're doing that. But in terms, huh?
They're doing it?
Of course. Didn't you see the drug that been burned? They got people in jail right now.
Who made it possible for the drug to come in Liberia?
Yeah,
To
man.
stay in Liberia? Who made it possible?
No, they see that's why I tried. I wanted us to have a good show tonight. I try to stay away from the drug, but I know y'all want to corner me.
Because you know you do not have explanation to give to your audience. That's why your action is deliberate. This police chief.
You'll have your show. You and Dr. Mali, you're quiet. I'm a guest tonight now. You're quiet.
Thank you. So, Dr. Mali, you know, and that's a record question Amber asked. These are legitimate questions.
You're quiet. You'll have your show.
Until Liberal can be like a big boy to put his pants up, come here and be honest to his.
I am always honest.
You
I'm
are
telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Here's the thing, here, Mr.
one of
The question you asked for, which Amber tried to ambush me here. The question you asked for, which Amber tried to ambush me, and it's not going to work. It's this. It's this. And I'm surprised of this Lofa man, Ambrose. I tell you, a lovable, big giant, big guy. I tell you what. Hold on, Mr. So let me make my point. I'm surprised of the Lofa boy trying to attack, ambush me yet. But let me just say this, Mr. So. The question you asked is in place, but I'm not the investigator. I can't come and speculate.
You're a citizen. You're a citizen.
Yeah, but I don't know.
All right.
I'm a citizen, but that doesn't mean that I have the answer to say who made
So
the
when
call.
somebody give you the answer, then you say the person.
No, I will
lying, or
not
the person
allow
fake
you
news.
to speculate on my show.
I'm not speculating. I'm not speculating. I'm saying.
When
I'm
I
telling
come
you
on
what,
the show, I don't
what we heard in the
speculate.
news.
When I come on the show, I don't speculate.
We heard what
I
we
hate
heard in the news.
speculators. I don't Don't complain anything here. I don't play. I don't do speculation. Okay. So I'm just saying to you, Walter Carter, we have to let the investigator do
Labor, is
their
it true
work.
that the president's son Nick came into the drugs business?
No, I'm not even.
Why we want to go in that route? Something that comes from people. It has not been established by investigators. Liberia is not a banana republic. Liberia is run by men of law. And the president said no secret cow. So even if his son is involved, and the investigator can come to him and say your son is involved, and establish that through the investigative process, we will
I didn't
not
say he
speak
was
to it.
involved. I said his name was mentioned.
So
Is
if
it
his
true?
name mentioned, myself, my name was mentioned too.
Oh my God! You see, intellectual dishonesty
And
at this display. Highest display today.
Whatever. You see,
CEO, go ahead.
when
CEO, go
when
ahead.
y'all do these kinds of stuff, then it's difficult to have conversation with you. You know fully well that the government have in place how to detect and what to do to detect drugs and what have you. And then you're going to come in here and say it was by true chance, which is the same as luck. Unacceptable. The government is not running some kind of a quasi government behind closed door. This government
Liberal,
was elected.
If this government is so have everything in place, how can the police director say there are people in very, very high place, high position that hands in the drug business?
Yeah. But who how many people they got fired and got suspended?
In very high position.
In high position. What is their position? You got deputy. That's high position.
No, that's not what you're talking about. People.
How you know? You see, that's you're coming to speculate now. How do you know? Okay, let me ask you that. When somebody say high position in Liberia, what is your definition of that?
So listen, you're trying to show over, so we need to.
No, I changed my mind. Because if I turn the show over to you, y'all would be ridiculous here tonight. I changed my mind. I can't put three of you at the bottom. I blame Rescue 3. Rescue 3, you're not doing something good tonight at all. Rescue 2, I mean. You got me. I can't. It's just to say somebody crossing the water in a canoe with goat, rice, and leper. If you put the rice and goat together, you carry in front and come back for the leper, the goat will eat the rice. If you take the leper and the goat, the leper will eat the goat. If you take the rice and the leper, so I don't know what to do with it. Go ahead, Mr. Soul. Let me hear from you.
CEO, you know what the Liberal King was talking about? That the first topic you put on, you know what you came? You are trying to avoid this topic. You see how he's so unease?
I know him very well. So he thought he was bringing a sort of appealing thing to her, where in your mind, and how we can do to build fifth, how do you call it, sir? What do you?
Middle class, middle class.
Middle class in
So,
Nigeria.
Walter Carter, all your contribution tonight about the middle class and was fake.
That fake is real, but we still got to talk about the drug.
Well, but now you're telling me that I try to run away from the drugs. So you all that answer for over
Your action,
almost
your
one
action, your
hour and a
action
year
now,
was
your
fake.
action now shows that. Your action now shows that. Everybody's
Jesus,
seeing it
these
right
are
through
the
you.
kind of folks. These are the kind of people that I deal with here every day. He was here. I was under the impression that his answer was genuine until you hear people like Andrew then start trying to corner me, and now he changing his color. Comedian we have in this place here. My goodness, LPR gotta do better than this, man.
Yeah, liberal. It seems to be. It seems to be. I'm even taking exception to my contribution because
Oh.
it seems to-
But people, okay, they'll wrap it up. Give me your
They
closing.
talking about
We can't continue.
deceptively introduced.
We cannot continue with the kind of conversation.
no, we accepted
Wow.
that. No, we accepted that topic there because
Real of the
we
has to be.
we wanted to make sure our back door is secure. But actually, it was not genuinely expressed.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
So all that thing you're talking about, you're trying to find solution that was a fake solution.
No,
You're
it
trying
was a strategy.
my people. Wow. Tomorrow, your man show up. Your man show up. I think I'll do the show. Man. What kind of business is? I spend all that time thinking. I'm just formulating, reading from stuff, and giving you answer. You come and I say, good, Dr. Mali, you're on point tonight. And now know that so go fragaje. My goodness. All right, Water Cutter.
This is a question I want to leave you with. And I want you to be honest, look in the eyes of this camera. Do you think the Inspector General of Police, who is one of the chief law enforcers, with all of his deputies, special operations, commissioners, are all entangled into this to the extent that he's somehow, somewhere being accused, but one is innocent until. Do you think he still have that? Do you think the president, or do you think he can fully lead the charges of this sort of investigation? Does he still have control, despite all of his deputies involved in this thing? He does.
Mr. So, this is what I know. And in real life, anything, if a man is drowning,
Who man?
Mr. So, I'm making my point. If anybody, if anybody is drowning, he's always looking for straw to breathe out. So which one is the biggest straw here? The IG. Now, the fact that people dragging or whatever name they're calling the IG on Mr. So does not impress me at all. Liberia it's not a republic, it's not a banana republic. President Baka was elected, duly elected, and he's doing his work. Now, my point here tonight to all three of you, let's give the investigator time and let's see how far they're going to go. If the IG is involved, it's going to be exposed. People are going to know. But what I'm trying for us not to do is to be speculative in our pronouncement.
Why is speculation now? That's your area.
I told you before.
You're good at that.
Well, you know, leopard can change its title. You know that, right?
So, you believe in that policy?
Oh, so you come there. You just.
So when Keta changing your color now, then you say the leopard doesn't exist, right?
Yeah.
So
man, that is
so let the Water Cutter give us your closing.
Gonna making more land. That's somebody here.
1 minute. Gonna making new land. That's for sure. Water Cutter, you're muted. Anything, or should we go to Dr. Mali? Okay, Dr. Mali, Water Cutter don't want to talk.
Yeah,
Let's hear from
I'm
you.
here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm
All right,
here. I'm here.
Water
So I'm
Cutter, let's
coming.
hear your closing. 1 minute. 1 minute exact. 1 minute. Minute start.
So, Libra, I think it will do you justice, and your president, Judge Liman Boaka, they will do him justice if you come on this platform and you just speak the honest truth to your audience.
I bet
Through
you.
your audience, maybe he will get that message. The fact of the matter is, we have an infestation of cocaine in our society that was heavily sponsored by members of your administration, the rescue mission. The fact is there. We hear people from the security sector, high places in the security sector, close proximity to the president, vice president, and we're hearing so in civil society as well. So it's something that you should be concerned about. You should got to talk about it, and you got to say it with conviction because you here sitting in America, your kids are over there, your grandkids will be there, your great grandkids will be there. If they think fester and we don't nip it in the bud as it is now, they could inherit something dangerous in the future. Just by us playing politics with it is important. On the serious note, it's very important.
Thank
We
you.
cannot take this for granted.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Mali, 1 minute, please.
Well, liberal, I think I still want to follow through on the CEO question.
Yes.
Now there are so many big hands being called into this thing here. You don't think it would be a good idea for us, for the government to set up a neutral body to investigate these people, like getting a team from abroad, like what they did to the Capitol fire issue? You don't think so for the sake of credibility and accountability and fairness? You don't think so?
Is that your closing?
It's a question I'm asking you.
Yeah, but if you're closing, then I will answer it at the end.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
that's what I'm closing.
Thank you. See you. Let's hear from you. I will answer you, Dr. Mali. See you. Let's hear from you. 1 minute, please.
So, the conversation that we are having here, just to let you know, is a very personal and serious to us. It's about the directions of our country, the future of our country, and who we are as a people and nation.
You play. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't say you should be afraid of me.
Jesus Christ.
I know what you do with crown fire.
Okay, fire. You want to intimidate me? Wear glasses. Look over your glasses.
Yeah, they think getting real tough now. The liberal speaking a dialect.
Yeah, we just from Kisikia now, so he coming back to Grangy there. But look, the president do a noble thing. Look, I mean, no one. This is just so weird and unusual. It's completely different world for somebody who is the head of an institution. Honor your watch, right? Honor your own faith. Even assuming for discussion purposes that he has nothing to do with. So, how was he leading that police force? To have, let's be honest, to have all your deputies, senior deputies, commissioners, to be in this thing, and you think you're still in charge? What this president is also thinking about? What is the fear? And now when you listen to Koga today, I think President Boyka would do a noble thing. If he cannot put administrative hold on this guy and call for an independent investigation, I wish they can ask for some of us to really be, to voluntarily be part of that sort of group, just to question. That would be good.
Thank you. Let me make my own closing here before you guys leave.
No, but answer my question.
I will answer it through the closing, Dr. Mali.
Okay.
Thank you guys very much. Walter Carter, Dr. Mali, CEOs, so thank you very much. We appreciate you guys. Look, let's be serious for a minute. I also have so many questions with the drug issue. Now, Dr. Mali, yeah, come tomorrow and you will hear the line that I'm going to take. But
You
let me
see
say
now?
this.
You see what you're doing now?
Let
You
me
see what
say this
you're
to
doing?
all of you, Dr. Mali. Let me say this to all of you. All of you guys have a legitimate point. The CEO question is on point. Who call? People say they call. What I'm saying to you, in order for us to give some serious credibility to the investigation, let us avoid speculating.
Wow.
No, my question and not speculation.
Dr. Mali, I say I will answer it. Don't worry. You just hold your peace. Let us avoid even the probability of speculating. Now, in this season, especially this type of time, people will say, "Well, President Walker has started, but he's not doing enough." I would say that myself. However, I'm saying to all of us, in order for us not to give room to foreign entity to want to seize our sovereignty by saying we want to do the investigation, we want to prosecute. Liberia is still building institutions. And these are some of the cases that will allow Liberia to build institutions. We're not going to get everything right, but we must be allowed to fail.
They live Omela something.
We must be allowed to fail. And if we
That is
do
it.
so, if we are allowed ourselves to fail, we will learn from the failures. But we
Not
come
understand.
out here, and because of who we are and what we believe in, we now transfer that into the talking point of the night. And this is my position tonight. I'm not afraid
So the
of
one
the
you just throw
circle.
in.
You won't answer my question
We'll talk
yet.
about
So
we'll
the
talk about Will
so
you
the one you
guys let
just
me
throw in. Who
finish?
talk
I
about
don't
it?
want to mute you. I don't want to put you in the garage. Let me finish. So to close, Dr. Mali, your question is quite correct. I can speculate as well to say I will hope that the government will turn this thing to somebody else independent
Oh,
body.
you hope?
I say hope because I'm not in the government. I have no
But
voice.
why can you make suggestion?
No, I cannot make suggestions to the government. The government is an independent body that run the affair, the day-to-day affair
Labor not
of
contradict
the
himself
Republic
again.
of Liberia. Mr.
He
So
just,
knows this. When Mr. So
Labor
was
just
president,
contradicted himself.
let me make.
He
When
just
Mr. So was
contradicted himself,
president of
liberal.
Boston District, when Mr. So was president of Boston, nobody would tell him what to do. He run the day-to-day affair of the Boston District Association. So he
But
knows leadership.
Yeah, but the people from Boston made recommendation to him. A
Okay,
lot of
Mama.
No,
recommendation.
we don't make that, you don't know. You
No,
don't.
but yeah, yeah. So
You
nobody
don't.
made recommendation to
You
him.
So
don't know.
labor,
I'll
labor, why
talk
you
about
contradicted yourself?
it.
Why you contradicted yourself, General Labor?
Okay, okay, but let me finish my point, then we can say good night to all of it.
why are you
Why
trying to?
you contradicted yourself, labor?
Well, let me finish my point, and I'll say good night to all of you. Nobody's
We
saying
say good night.
anything.
I say you contradicted yourself.
Okay, all right. You face to yield to the call. I will mute you one by one here now. Let me say this. I think you see that one thing about you want me to fall back into my dictatorship, and then you say, "Oh, you see, we told you that all the men can do." But I will not be a dictator here tonight. I will try to give you freedom that you deserve and the freedom to express yourself freely. Now, to close, to the audience, thank you guys for your support tonight. As you completely quite aware, these three gentlemen came with a preconceived notion of trying to corner me here tonight. But because of my skill as a political
You
guru
see,
on this
now you're
platform,
making
Mr.
speculation yourself.
Dr. Malik, and because of my skill as a political guru in this on this platform, I was able to escape their attempt to marginalize me here tonight. And that's not going to work. Now, I'm not going to give in to them. I will also not block them. They're allowed to join me anytime tomorrow.
You
Folks,
sure?
with that, this is Samson Toll, and I'm saying good night to all of you. It's been
No,
a
but Libra,
wonderful.
this how you're gonna be like Libra.
Dr. Mali,
that's
when
a,
you myself were talking about building Liberia earlier, why you ask question that now you know we aren't able to build Liberia?
So I just ask a question.
No, but now you know how to ask question. When you and myself were agreeing on how to build Liberia earlier, why you ask question?
I said, and I agree on anything here tonight.
Look at that.
Dr. Mali, need a comment. I mean,
You, myself, and Mr. Keto, we didn't agree on nothing here tonight.
Okay.
it's just very disappointing.
Now I know your color. Tomorrow when you come, you start singing different song. No way. I know your color.
Don't come talking about that. You're going to the politics tomorrow.
No,
How
I
the
got
drugs
you.
enter Liberia? How the drugs enter Liberia? Who responsible? Who go? Who take the blame?
Yo,
Who is the president?
when I take the line tomorrow and want to engage you guys from the all three of you, you will regret the meaning the second you come on my show tomorrow.
But then why you can't do it just for 5 minutes now?
I don't have the time.
Oh man, it's something else, man. You're good night, man.
I live.
Oh, the liberal. Good night, liberal.
Good night. Good night. Again, folks, Samson told Labra Pabrito, it's been a wonderful, wonderful time here this evening. To all of you, Mark Colin, thank you for joining. Jacob, thank you guys. Thank you very much. All of you that have been on your Korea, thank you guys very, very much. We appreciate you. Even though we joke and stuff, but these are very serious, serious matter. You know, some of you might not agree with me, but let's be honest. We elected a government, and that the government is given the responsibility to run the day-to-day affair of the country. For us to sit on these platforms and start speculating who was involved and who was not involved when the investigation process is still going, it's unfair to these people. They got family members. They got family members. Until we can definitely show that these people are indeed involved based on investigation, we must not speculate and try to ruin people's reputation that they built over the years. Samson told LeBron Padrito, I would say thank you very much and good night to all of you. Let's meet again tomorrow afternoon, where we're going to start another day of conversation with Samson Told. Good night, folks.